the Privateers. Lots of connections.
I'm sitting here with a UNO Privateer alum. Tap-ins, connections everywhere for this game tonight.
They're going to get Javonte Brown on an illegal screen as the Aggies were trying just to do a little two-man game. Didn't come completely set. The official right there made that call. Turnover on the Aggies.
Starting 5 for the Privateers. They are led by Derek St. Hilaire, the top scorer in the Southland Conference, 21.6 points per game. That also ranks 13th nationally.
He can shoot the basketball, but one of the stats I found most interesting is he's also one of the top shot getters. He takes more shots than almost a lot of people in this country.
Three-pointer, Boots Radford, the Virginia Tech transfer. The Aggies on the board first with a tray.
You're going to see a lot of this half-court trap from the Aggies as they try to slow UNO down. UNO likes to score early in the shot clock and in transition. Aggies worked a lot on that in defense and getting back or starting that half-court trap.
Troy Green has it. He was all Southland Conference a year ago. And now to St. Hilaire. Shot clock running down. I don't think the Privateers are going to get a shot off. Hilaire will fire away as the buzzer sounded, and he gets a three of his own.
Yeah, you know, St. Hilaire doesn't much matter to him. He's going to put the ball up and he's going to get close.
Javonte Brown scores in the Aggies starting 5. Manny Obaseki gets the start because A&M is minus their top rebounder in Henry Coleman III. Coleman had started every game for the Aggies, but not tonight, out as a precaution due to a minor injury.
And Manny Obaseki just went up high to get that rebound. He says, well, if I'm replacing the best rebounder, let me show you I can rebound too.
Marcus Williams trying to go to the basket outside to Obaseki. He'll drive, put up a little floater. That's off the front iron. Pick up a loose ball rebound, Troy Green. Lost it, got it back. Here's Daniel Sacchi, a Valparaiso transfer, sending a cross-court pass over to Troy Green and a miss.
You know, I was talking to the coaches about Troy Green because he was the leading scorer last year for the Privateers, and now St. Hilaire has come in and stepped in, and they were just saying he's
come from Marcus Williams, the Wyoming transfer. Last year was the Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Year, and Williams sizes one up from behind the arc. The Aggies shooting 37% from three-point land this season, second best in the SEC.
And that's historically doesn't happen for the Aggies. And, you know, again, you and I have talked in the past thinking that's probably what they've missed the most. And if they can continue to shoot like that, this team will be something to face in the SEC.
Yeah, they're finding the range early this season. St. Hilaire, he's got range, and he just showed you. Derek St. Hilaire, the grad student, the transfer from Jacksonville State, originally from Atlanta, top scorer in the Southland, 13th in the country.
You don't leave him to go double team because the Privateers are going to find him just as like they did.
Andre Gordon, and the three-point shots are falling early for both A&M and UNO. That's going to get kicked out of bounds off the foot of Troy Green.
Well, you know, so far this game's just been threes back and forth. And again, Derek St. Hilaire, and that's what I said. They went down to go double and help and left him wide open at the top of the key, and you cannot do that. He'll knock that down, but then Boots Radford does a nice job of penetrating and kick it out to Andre Gordon, who answered that three with his own three.
A match. Your three, I'll see it and take my three. Gordon with the basketball, being guarded by St. Hilaire. Here's Aaron Cash into the game. He has started to play more minutes and been really effective. Aaron Cash off the glass.
He snuck in for Javonte Brown.
Going to the basket. Troy Green missed everything. Aggies a 7-point lead in the ball. Marcus Williams got it! And this team stays hot from behind the arc.
And probably the toughest year ever, the post-Katrina year,
exactly.
You know, and so again, it wasn't anything easy, and again, it was a difficult decision.
Substitutions for the Privateers, and the threes just won't quit. That one by Daniel Sackey, who hits them at a 43% clip from behind the arc. So UNO has hit their first 3 threes. A&M good on their first 4 shots from behind the arc. Wade Taylor, the 4th. The freshman going to the basket, went out of bounds. A&M will keep it.
And here comes our reigning SEC player of the week, Quentin Jackson. But Sackey for UNO wasn't starting. Alan Eikens was starting early on, but they didn't have a lot of ball with Troy Green and St. Hilaire on the floor. So now over the last week, they started Sackey, and they feel like they've really kind of settled down and got their turnovers to come down.
And now the Privateers do have Deshaun Allen Eikens in the game. Also subbed in Simeon Kirkland, and he just got beat off the glass by Tyrese Boots Radford. So the Aggies have doubled up the Privateers 5 minutes in. A&M, their lone loss of the year to Wisconsin out at the Maui Gym Maui Invitational, and then won their next 2 in Vegas over Butler and Notre Dame. Some excitement coming back home to Reed Arena after that good showing in the desert.
Quentin Jackson trying to pick up where he left off, going hard to the basket, tried to make that cross-court pass along the baseline, went a little too deep and picked up that charge right there.
The Aggies had gotten a steal from Andre Gordon to start that possession, but then he ran in to Troy Green, did Quentin Jackson. So turn it back over to the Privateers.
You know, the Aggies, we got Hassan Diarra already at the scorers table. Buzz Williams talked to us that he thought the depth and the amount of minutes everyone played was a key factor in that victory over Notre Dame last week.
Kamani Dowdy just hit a jumper, the redshirt freshman from Brooklyn, New York. Andre Gordon outside to Wade Taylor. And the Aggies, their first 5 3-pointers. They found the range on all of them. Quickly to the basket. Nice move off the glass by Troy Green.
And that's what Buzz Williams really worked on at the shoot-around today, trying to stop that, exactly that right there.
To Aaron Cash. Got knocked out of bounds. And here comes Hassan Diarra into the basketball game for the Aggies for Andre Gordon.
So I believe the Aggies have now, with Ethan Henderson coming in the ball game for Boots Radford, they played 10 players already in the first 6 minutes of this ball game.
I think that's one thing that was big for the Aggies in that win over Notre Dame. They had several guys over 10 minutes. Notre Dame didn't play all that many guys.
Well, and that's
they were worn down.
And that's what I was saying, playing 3 games in 3 days. That's why Buzz Williams felt like that they were stronger in that game against Notre Dame.
A&M was down by 14 in the second half to the Irish, but due to that attrition somewhat, came all the way back to win by 6. Cash got that off the side of the backboard and then missed a layup and then fouled.
I don't think the stat guy should count that as a missed shot. I think he was just throwing it off the backboard
almost a
to himself.
Yeah, he fouled Simeon Kirkland.
First miss from a 3-pointer by the Aggies, but Aaron Cash knew it as soon as he let go, tried to follow his shot, got it, and then missed the easy putback with the left hand and then fouled going back for the second rebound.
Pretty good pace early. Both teams finding the range from downtown. Going to the basket, Troy Green. He got that off the glass, showing you why he was all Southland a year ago.
Nice cut without the basketball. Good unselfish play by the Privateers right there. That's a walk. Cash
walked before he put the ball on the floor. And the Aggies will get Marcus Williams up. He'll come in for Aaron Cash.
And again, just a simple little give and go. You throw the ball to the wing, and then you're at the top of the key, and then you break to the basket, give it back unselfishly. Easy bucket.
UNO within 6. Blocked shot, Hassan Diarra. Williams, cross-court pass, Wade Taylor found him on the run. He may have been fouled, and he might be going to the line for 3 shots.
He was, and again, the Aggies looking to score and knock down that 3 in transition. You know, I think Buzz Williams probably thinks the Aggies do better in transition than in half court, but nice pass cross court, and Wade Taylor just got hit after the shot.
Fouled by Kamani Dowdy. So 3 shots coming for Wade Taylor as Buzz Williams talks to the SEC Player of the Week, Quentin Jackson. Wade Taylor, the 4th, true freshman from Lancaster, Texas, in the Dallas area. He scored 14 points twice already this year against Houston Baptist and then in the win in the finale out in Vegas over Notre Dame. Those are his highs for his freshman year.
At one point, the Aggies were struggling with the basketball. Buzz Williams put his 3-point cards on the floor at the same time last week. Again, he's willing to do any lineup, and he feels that they're successful. That'll work. Against Notre Dame, he also talked to us. He's never really worked a whole lot on a full-court man-to-man, but they went full-court man-to-man.
High over the outstretched arm of Ethan Henderson. Here comes Jackson. He got a little too far out to dunk it, but Marcus Williams got the putback. And now hitting the deck is Jackson as Daniel Sackey tried to bring the ball up the floor.
Yeah, I think Quentin was much more concerned about trying to look at who he was going to dunk on instead of getting the ball down the hole. But credit Marcus Williams for not giving up and following up on that play. Then I think Quentin was just a little over aggressive on that afterwards, trying to make that steal to make up for that missed dunk.
Currently A&M's largest lead of 11.
Turnover by the Privateers. Kamani Dowdy was cut into the basket, and his teammate thought he was still going to be on the wing, threw it to the front row. That's why they pay extra for those tickets to be involved.
You don't get a souvenir at the arena, though.
But it's interactive.
Yeah. You get the feel of it. Cut off, back outside to Hassan Diarra. Front iron, glass, wouldn't fall. Privateer basketball. Nice catch in the paint, but a blocked shot by Ethan Henderson. Cross court to Andre Gordon. Back to Marcus Williams. Williams to the glass with a nice move.
Both teams really moving the basketball right now. You know, I came up with a marketing idea. You can't sell your front row seats. You get a free. The ball comes to you, you get to keep it. More
there you
people
go.
would probably
it's like a
buy
foul
those.
ball at the baseball
Absolutely.
park. If it gets to you, take it home with you.
Yeah, it's yours. They
Get
put
it
a new
signed
ball.
post-game by the team.
Yeah,
There you go.
you're struggling selling those front row seats.
Yeah, that'll do it. Aggies have cooled off from behind the arc after hitting their first 5 shots from long range. Sackey off the mark. Wade Taylor ran it down in front of the Aggie bench. Marcus Williams. Hassan Diarra and over to Taylor. Step back jumper, Diarra from the free throw line off the back iron.
Hassan Diarra hit a similar shot but behind the three-point line earlier this year to win a game with 9 of those 12 coming from the defensive end, not giving UNO a whole lot of second chance opportunities.
And now a rip and a nice run to the basket by Derek St. Hilaire.
St. Hilaire just got in. The Aggies love to start a lot of their offenses off with either a handoff or a weave, and he just got between the two players and stole the basketball and took it to the other end.
2 power conference opponents this year for UNO, and St. Hilaire was really good in both of them. In a loss to Ole Miss, he scored 21. In a loss to Northwestern, St. Hilaire had 27. And they're on the floor. It's a fight for it. Javonte Brown got fouled, the 7-footer, the transfer from UConn.
You know, I was talking to the UNO PA the radio announcer, Jude Young, and he was telling me they didn't expect St. Hilaire to be this good of a shooter. But he said he's just blown him away at the way he's been able to shoot the basketball, and he's even better from the free throw line. He's in the 90s at the free throw line.
Yeah, 96%. Yeah. St. Hilaire at the moment has 8 points to lead the Privateers. A&M already has 10 from Marcus Williams. Rattled around, got some glass, fell through the cords. 1 of 2 for Javante Bryant on that trip. Troy Green going to the basket. Blocked shot. Boots Radford got up. Swatted it away. Andre Gordon on the run. Too far. Too much on that. Allen Eikens ran into Andre Gordon. Gordon called for the foul. And Deshaun Allen Eikens, the sophomore from Williston, North Dakota, or is it offensive?
Yeah, they called it
offensive.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Again, I think the official kind of confused us there because he looked like he called it was good, and then he was waving
he was
it off.
Counting the basket.
Yeah, he waved it. He was waving it off. Mark Schlesinger wants a better explanation himself.
Yeah, he had palms to the air for a moment, but it is a charge on Deshaun Allen Eikens, drawn by Andre Gordon. Turnover. Manny Obaseki, who got the start tonight, is back in the game. He's got it on the left wing. All the way over to Gordon. Wade Taylor, the 4th off the front iron. And the rebound by Troy Green.
Aggies did a lot of standing around on that possession. Yeah, they threw the ball over the top of the zone, but I'm sure Buzz Williams would like to see a little dribble penetration to go with some of that ball reversal.
Robbie Robinson with a pass down low and an offensive foul on Tyson Jackson.
Obaseki did a nice job of coming over underneath on that from that backside, real close to that restricted line. I thought, yeah, he may have been in it, but again, the official right there said, you know, when you come down on the double team.
Manny Obaseki, the true freshman from Allen, Texas. His first career start tonight. Boots Radford going to go all the way to the glass. Couldn't get it to fall. Obaseki lost it going back up, but Boots Radford is there.
And the Aggies look like they're committed right now to sending 3 guys to the offensive boards, keeping 2 back, and to stop some of that transition. But they sent 3 that really attacked that offensive board there.
It's a foul called as Tyson Jackson tried the left-handed hook.
Javante Brown picked up that second. Buzz Williams just turned around and pointed there, and Cash, go.
Both? Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
I think he was just a little frustrated because Javante's not moving his feet. He's just trying to block everything instead of getting in good position.
And now both teams have 5 fouls in this first half. Tyson Jackson, sophomore from Fairburn, Georgia, a transfer from Middle Tennessee State.
UNO has 5 transfers this year. When I was talking to Coach Schlesinger, he said, you know, 3 of them they had really tried to recruit on the first go-round, as he called it. And he goes, what's nice about it, he goes, it wasn't like it was a blind date. We already had a connection with them and things like that. And I kind of like the way he put that. He goes, you know, a lot of these transfers. You didn't have to get acquainted,
just reacquainted.
Yeah, because, you know, a lot of these transfers are almost like a blind date. You're just going off of stats or something else sometimes.
Empty from the free throw line. Tyson Jackson. Under 8 minutes to go first half. The Aggies' largest lead right now of 14 points. Boots Radford trying to operate. Out of Gordon. Obaseki, shot clock under 5. Obaseki, nice move to the glass just before the shot clock ran out.
Did a nice job of really kind of lowering that left shoulder, create a little space for him. Went in strong, tucked it under his right arm, but then finished with that left.
A&M has opened up a 16-point lead, a rip, a run out, and Andre Gordon, the steal, the layup. A&M, 18 points the advantage.
You know, Texas.
And tapped 60 points from the bench in the Notre Dame game.
You know, and the Aggies missed like 15 free throws that ball game. But, you know, that's probably the biggest name victory in the Buzz Williams era here. You know, probably, again, people would look at it and go, well, Abilene Christian, you had to go to double overtime. Well, that's a pretty darn good basketball team, and you beat Notre Dame, so that one's definitely going to get people's eyes open for the Aggies much more than the Abilene Christian win.
And the Aggies beat ACU in double overtime, had to get a buzzer beater and a three-pointer from Hassan Diarra. Now, over Thanksgiving, UNO played in their home classic, and they went 2-1.
And that's the first time they've had this. They used to have this back when I lived in New Orleans. And, you know, it was a pretty big tournament. But, again, you went up Thursday night. It was Thanksgiving, plus you had to go up against the Saints game, you know. So and then you got it. And so, you know, but it was still a big opportunity to win 2 of the 3 games that they did. And, you know, so most of the teams, you think about it, most of the teams travel to destinations. I would think New Orleans would become a destination to go. And so that tournament may get hot at some point, you know, the more they have it.
Manny Obaseki at the line made that one. UNO is 3-4 overall. A couple of the losses are to power conference opponents. They lost to the SEC's Ole Miss and the Big Ten's Northwestern Wildcats. Whistle as Daniel Sackey was bringing it up the floor. He got fouled by Marcus Williams.
You know, Coach Schlesinger really feels like, I said it earlier, they have a chance, you know, to get back. In 2017, they were in the NCAA tournament, you know, representing the Southland Conference. But he thought with some of the, and we talked about this last time, with the conference realignment at some of these lower divisions, you know, that we don't think about all the time. You know, he said SFA has left. Abilene Christian has left. I think those were all WAC teams where we couldn't name those WAC teams.
Lamar, I think, went over there.
But he feels like now with the present-day Southland Conference, with his team he's got, he thinks he can really has a chance to win it again.
Play that conference tournament down in Katy, Texas, in the Houston area. Winner gets the automatic bid to the big dance. Daniel Sackey at the line, the junior, the transfer from Valparaiso. 36-21 Aggies at home. Marcus Williams lost it, nearly went out of bounds. He got it back. The athletic Boots Radford handles the basketball. Former quarterback Andre Gordon, high school quarterback out of Sidney, Ohio. And now to Marcus Williams, the Wyoming transfer, kept alive. No numbers for UNO, and they'll hold it up. Alan Eikens trying to drive, is cut off.
Haven't heard much from Derek St. Hilaire. Still has those 8 points that he got in those first few frantic moments where everybody was hitting threes.
Been quiet since. Shot clock running low. St. Hilaire has it. Long step and a beautiful move off the glass.
And as we just said,
we heard him. He was fully aware of that silence. Loose ball. St. Hilaire tried to run it down. A&M, they'll have it. So New Orleans trying to fight back here within 13 after A&M took their largest lead of 18 a couple of minutes ago. Hayden Hefner is in the game for the Aggies. Number 2, the sophomore from Nederland, Texas. There's the athleticism of Boots Radford.
Yeah, you just put that, as you said, the athletic Radford at the foul line and then just give him the ball and let him create something. Right there, he took it all the way to the hole. You know, the Aggies now have played 11 players, and Andre Gordon's the only one in double-digit minutes, I believe, and the one with the least amount of minutes, Quentin Jackson. Your SEC Player of the Week.
Yeah, named that yesterday. Out of bounds. Hassan Diarra comes in. Checks in for Andre Gordon. Aggies will also get Ethan Henderson into the game. He will come in for Aaron Cash. A&M without their leading rebounder tonight. Henry Coleman III sits this one out due to a minor injury and for precautionary reasons. 5 minutes to go until halftime. Aggies back home after that trip to the desert, leading by 15. Boots Radford. Cut off by Troy Green. Now he's trying it again. Ran in to Allen Eikens.
Offensive again.
Yeah.
Both teams really doing a nice job stepping up and taking charges, and the officials giving them. And I think Allen Eikens really got out of that restricted area, stepped in and took that. Not a whole lot of contact, but still some.
That's what I was wondering. Was he in the restricted area? But showing you right there, took those long steps to get out of there, draw the charge. St. Hilaire fires away. Couldn't connect. Offensive rebound and another possession. Pull up jumper St. Hilaire. He had to go to the left hand. His shot was altered by good defense by Marcus Williams.
I think he may have gotten a piece of it.
Yeah, almost had to re-catch and just try a floater with the left hand. Tight defense by St. Hilaire on Williams now. And Ethan Henderson has it. Now to Hassan Diarra. Hayden Hefner, three-pointer. A kind iron at home. And the Aggies' sixth three-pointer of the night.
Again, the Aggies not quite as active on the offensive end in their half-court offense as they were to start this ball game. Need to get some more movement for Coach Buzz Williams to be happy. I think that's going to be another offensive foul. UNO going to extend some of their defense just to probably slow the Aggies down a little bit. Don't think they're really going for steals out of this.
Wade Taylor with the shot clock running down. Robbie Robinson, Privateers' leading rebounder, grabbed that board. Lost out of bounds, stays with UNO.
Boots Radford with some quick hands right there. St. Hilaire thought he was going to make an easy little reverse pivot and take it up front. And Boots Radford just knocked it out of bounds.
St. Hilaire, he's got 10 first half points. Now down low to Allen Eikens, other side of the basket. Altered shot, rebound, Ethan Henderson.
And you can see the Aggies knew where St. Hilaire was. On that time, the double team came, but Manny Obaseki stayed right with St. Hilaire, didn't leave him, and left somebody else open for UNO.
Hassan Diarra, fresh off a career-high 17 against Notre Dame. The sophomore from Queens, New York, drains a three-pointer. Loose ball, steal, up the floor to Ethan Henderson's got to run it down. He did, but caught himself under the goal. And then Wade Taylor grabbed it off the floor. And he got fouled.
Mark Schlesinger.
No, Wade Taylor guilty of the foul.
Yeah, Mark Schlesinger wasn't happy with that turnover that created that transition opportunity. That's the 9th turnover for the Privateers. And again, it was just Allen Eikens, who kind of just made a lazy pass, was at the top of the key, tried to throw it into the high post, and the Aggies got their hand on it, popped it up, and created that transition opportunity, which they were not able to capitalize on.
2 shots the rest of the first half for the Privateers. Troy Green, good on the first one here. Green ranks in the top 10 all-time in several categories at UNO. He's on pace to break the games played record at the school. He's the only player in school history to play in at least one game in 5 different seasons at New Orleans. Senior from St. Rose, Louisiana.
Not too far from my house.
Top Bent's what, class of '89 at UNO? That's what we determined.
Right past
after
Moyes
a few victory laps.
Yeah, right past Moyes Airport on Airline Highway from my house.
Obaseki off the front iron. Boots Radford tried to go high for the rebound, but it's run down by Robbie Robinson.
I'm going to have to take that statement back. Moynihan Airport's moved a little bit, so I haven't been to the new airport yet.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
The old Moynihan Airport, for sure.
Three-point shot, Daniel Sackey missed. Rebound, goes back out, tipped around to St. Hilaire. Loose ball. Everybody seems like they're on the floor. The Aggies come away with numbers. Manny Obaseki on the alley-oop, couldn't get it to fall. And a whistle as we've got a spot that needs to be cleaned up where those guys hit the deck a moment ago.
And there were several.
Yeah.
Probably 3.
Had a clear out there for a moment.
The officials made that first illegal screen call. From then on, they've got to let them play.
About a minute left until halftime. A&M 7 of 13 from three-point land.
Quentin Jackson back in the game for the Aggies. I'm sure he's ready. Since he sat most of that first half.
Sackey going all the way to the glass. Couldn't get it to drop. A&M basketball. Here's Quentin Jackson. Tried to get a defender in the air. Hassan Diarra outside to Marcus Williams. Manny Obaseki tried to tip back. So did Aaron Cash. 3 seconds difference, shot clock to game clock. Aaron Cash the rebound. The Aggies can take the last shot. Inbound to Quentin Jackson. Marcus Williams fires away. No good. The Aggies can put up one more shot.
Wade Taylor the fourth and go, hey, that's not necessary.
And be ready.
Yeah, you're 45 feet from the basket.
Double down there near the key, and Andre Gordon nearly ran into Sackey. Robbie Robinson being guarded by Boots Radford. No good on the Simeon Kirkland jumper from the paint. Over to the Aggies.
One of the few times right there that UNO's had multiple shot opportunities on a possession. A&M again out rebounding the Privateers and 21-15, but 16 of those 21 have coming from the defensive end. UNO has 0 second chance points this ball game so far.
Andre Gordon with St. Hilaire guarding him. Now Manny Obaseki, first career start tonight. Down low, Javonte Brown, whistle as he went up. And they will get Kirkland.
Javonte Brown's a 7-footer, and this is the first time UNO's had some players that they feel like height-wise can match up with players that tall. It's the first time Coach Schlesinger's had players over 6'8" on his roster in quite some time.
Marcus Williams got to fire up a jumper from behind the arc with 1 on the shot clock. UNO off and running. Here goes St. Hilaire. Lost it out of bounds. Turnover, 12th of the night by UNO. The Aggies have turned it over 6 times.
I think that's one of those where your brain and your body didn't work in conjunction. Your brain had an idea, but your body said no. And it ends up in
Thinking
a
too
turnover.
quick.
Yes.
Brown with a nice backdoor to Manny Obaseki.
It's a nice play by the Aggies. Again, Obaseki just came and curled around Brown at the foul line and continued to the basket. And Brown with a nice feed.
Brown got that rebound on an air ball. Gordon. Privateers tried to get in the passing lanes and get a run out. Boots Radford with St. Hilaire guarding him. Radford so athletic, going all the way to the hole.
finishing with that left hand. Of course, he's left-handed, but it looked good. And if you look, last possession defensively for the Aggies, Andre Gordon was down there guarding Robbie Robinson, the 6'9" player for UNO, and a lot of contact. And I think Gordon likes that from his football days.
Threw for 3,000 yards as a quarterback in high school. Foul called. Another look at Radford getting to the basket.
As I said, he's on that right side of the basket, goes hard, and it comes a little defensive, so he just switches over to his natural left hand anyway. It's so nice when you're able to hang like that.
Flat out run and jump. Radford's got 11. He's the Aggies' new leading scorer.
I can do neither of those anymore.
Run nor jump.
No, and especially together.
You can't put the combo to get up on the iron.
And my run probably may not be considered a run anymore either. So.
Wow, St. Hilaire just missed both free throws. A 96% shooter from the line coming into tonight. A rarity. There goes Radford again. That time he got it blocked. But Javonte Brown is there. Radford got it again. No give up here, but the Aggies can't finish.
A lot of shot opportunities, but when you get into conference play, those are the shots you've got to make to win ball games.
Nice pass down low to Simeon Kirkland, the junior from Ocala, Florida. The transfer from UAB got it to go.
Privateers recognize that mismatch. As I said earlier, Andre Gordon gets caught down low a lot of times in all the switches, and he was just too small to guard Kirkland.
Williams got through the key, tried a little hook shot, front ironed it. St. Hilaire got bumped by Obaseki, then got bumped by Brown. I think they're going to get Brown. No, they'll get Obaseki with it.
I think he got away with the first one.
Not two times.
No. And again, St. Hilaire going hard to the basket. There's the first one. That wasn't with a call, I think. Yeah, I guess it was. It was just
a little late.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those advantage-disadvantage rules. I think the official was allowing the play to finish. So if he gets to the basket, why stop him, you know? But when he fell to the ground, I guess he figured that was a disadvantage.
Can't score from the ground usually. Going back to the free throw line, Derek St. Hilaire.
Again, I mentioned earlier, he's leading one of the top 10 players in shots taken this year. You know, hadn't gotten a lot of opportunities up, but he's looking like he's trying to take it to the basket in the second half to get his shots.
So St. Hilaire, moments ago, missed both shots from the line. Uncanny, very uncharacteristic of him. 96% free throw shooter, just made the first one here. Obaseki goes to the A&M bench. And Derek St. Hilaire, 1 for 4 from the free throw line. That's a bit of a shocker. Got it stolen. Derek St. Hilaire took it away. Boots Radford tried to do the same. It'll stay with the Privateers.
And you love to see a player do what St. Hilaire just did. He was frustrated. You could tell, made a steal, went down. Again, probably could have given the ball up and got an easy layup, tried to finish himself.
Bunch of chances at it. UNO cannot convert.
Neither team really converting on offensive rebounds in tight.
Quentin Jackson, front iron. Out of bounds. Then they are 2 of 12. Saki, the drive. And the layup. 4 minutes into the second half, 17-point A&M lead. Whistle, timeout, Texas A&M this season. We're champions of the conference and represented them in the NCAA tournament in 2017. Jumper by Quentin Jackson is no good. Here come the Privateers and Derek St. Hilaire. Saki with Quentin Jackson guarding him.
UNO climbing back into the rebounding competition. It's 28-24 at this point. They're starting to do a better job on the boards.
That falls for Troy Green, the senior. Green has 8 points.
He was the leading scorer for the Privateers last year until St. Hilaire really just came into his own this year.
Andre Gordon with a nice little wiggle move and a free throw line jumper rattled it home.
I like that with the wiggle.
My goodness, he just kind of froze the defender, went on around him. May went back to his football days, a little juke step.
Thought he was running option, just faked out that defensive end real
Faked
quick.
the pitch.
Yeah.
3-point shot, Green. Rebound to Marcus Williams. Quentin Jackson, too far off the glass. Put back too strong as well. A&M going to get another try at it. A couple of offensive rebounds. Andre Gordon far away.
You know, it's nice to hit the three, but I'm sure Buzz Williams would rather hit the first layup or the 2 putbacks than have to continue to go after the boards and then knock down a long three.
Yeah, you don't want to come up empty on those third chances when you get them. We go under 14 minutes left of the game with this Privateer possession. Sackey slipped, kept the dribble. Shot clock running out. I don't know if he got it off. They're saying came into tonight averaging 9 points per contest. He's topped that with 11 here in this one. The basket by UNO that they were checking on a moment ago before we went to break is good. There was some question whether the Privateers beat the shot clock before the break. They did.
I could have told them that.
It didn't take long. I'll give them credit for that.
UNO with a few substitutes in the ball game. Kamani Dowdy and Deontay Bell have checked into the game.
First time for Bell tonight.
Under 10 now on the shot clock. Quentin Jackson better get going.
Not 5. Good defense here by the Privateers. Bradford will shoot. Won't go home. Rebound, Troy Green. And they got it down low to Bell. Got double teamed, and then he got fouled.
I think Quentin Jackson's just ready for this game to be over with. You know, he probably came back from Las Vegas being the SEC Player of the Week and just thought he was ready to keep the season going. And he's just struggled, you know, to get any kind of flow this game.
Hasn't scored, and he's got 3 fouls. 5 fouls this half by A&M. UNO has not committed a foul in the second half. Bell, backdoor, layup, and he's fouled. Deontay Bell, the freshman from Shreveport, going to the line.
Did a nice job, just a simple little baseline cut, and you give Troy Green a lot of credit for the nice pass, and Bell was able to finish and get himself to the line. Both teams have missed a lot of those first opportunities like Bell just put in.
Been plenty of offensive rebounds, but they hadn't made good on any finishes there either. New Orleans has struggled from the free throw line tonight. They're 6 of 13. A&M has not shot a lot of free throws. The Aggies are 5 of 7 from the stripe. Wade Taylor back in the game for A&M. He'll inbound right next to Buzz Williams. Trying to work, trying to get to the rack, lost the ball. It'll stay with A&M. Excellent effort to try and save it by Green. I'm not sure he had to because I thought Taylor had dribbled off his foot.
You know, again, sometimes if you don't know, you'd rather make that effort instead of sit there than not, and then you'd have a regret going, why didn't I go after that ball, you know?
Hassan Diarra will inbound. Contested on the inbound. Jackson came down with it.
Aggies have really struggled in this second half. Both teams have struggled offensively.
And that is an ugly offensive possession. Diarra going to the floor, just threw it away. That's Green going to the basket. Got it to roll home.
Buzz Williams not very happy on the sidelines, just standing there with his arms folded. And this insertion of Bell and Kamani Dowdy have kind of picked up the intensity on the defensive end for the Privateers.
UNO back within 14. They were down by more than 20 at one point here in the second half.
You know, the Aggies almost look like they tried to put it in cruise control, and they're not at a stage in this program to be able to put any game on cruise control.
2 minutes into the second half, A&M was up 22. Right about 8 minutes into half number 2, New Orleans has shaved that A&M advantage to 14.
And if you're Mark Schlesinger, you see that's a happy Buzz Williams standing on the sidelines right there. But you can see Mark Schlesinger, and this is what he wants to see from his team. He just wants to see them continue to compete as hard as they possibly can.
Boy, the Aggies having all kinds of trouble finishing at the rack. Here goes Bell with some thunder. And UNO cuts the A&M lead to 12. Taylor, much needed, the three-pointer in front of the Aggie bench.
You can't say much needed loud enough for the Texas A&M Aggies on that shot right there. They needed something. 2-1-3, and Wade Taylor, the fourth, knocks down the big three.
A&M now 9 of 19 from behind the arc. They've got Quentin Jackson running up the floor. He can't run that fast. That pass below 500 early this season.
I think it's going to be a pretty competitive league.
Yeah, it should be fun to watch. Getting underway right around the new year.
You better be ready every night.
No joke.
Do they count that? Yes. Wait till fourth, showing you a little quickness and speed and burst right there as he went hard to the basket and got the goaltend and the free throw.
And approaching the 11-minute mark. He can stretch that Aggie lead again. Taylor now has 11. In his first season as an Aggie, Taylor has a high of 14. He's gotten that twice against HBU and Notre Dame. Foul on Marcus Williams. That is 4.
Yeah, Marcus Williams, and again, people have different philosophies, but it looks like he's just opening up too much and allowing that access to the goal. I know you don't want to be completely square, but you can't open up that much completely and allow the players to get to the goal like he is, and then he's trying to catch up, and there's a lot of contact.
So he'll go to the bench. Derek St. Hilaire at the free throw line, where he's just 1 of 4. A 96% shooter from the stripe. Coming into tonight, he's 1 of 5. Not feeling it from the line. Derek St. Hilaire, one of the best free throw shooters in the country. Hassan Diarra moves right to the basket.
Can't hit the shot from the outside. Take it a little closer. Hassan Diarra got there nicely.
Block shot here, or at least an altered one by Aaron Cash. Late getting back is St. Hilaire. Easy bucket, Hassan Diarra.
What a nice little hesitation move he did at the three-point line. Kind of froze the UNO player. Coach Schlesinger going to call a timeout just to talk it over with his Privateers. They had worked hard to cut it to 12.
Now it's back out to 21. A&M's largest lead of the night is 22 points. They've got it right about there again. And Mark Schlesinger wants to talk it over. Andre Gordon tonight for Texas A&M. 10 points. He's found the range a few times.
And you know, a lot of times when Andre Gordon brings you those 10 points, I'm sure Buzz Williams would say, hey, I'd love to get 8 points, 10 points out of Andre Gordon. Because I still think with him being in this program the longest of any of the players, he's the one that brings some stability to the floor. He brings a lot of toughness to the floor and intensity because there may not be a bigger competitor. I'd hate to see he and Boots Radford go at each other during practice because I think that would turn pretty physically quickly in a nice, friendly, competitive way, of course.
Aggies have 4 players in double digits. Gordon, one of them with 10. Marcus Williams has 10. And then Boots Radford and Wade Taylor have 11. Hayden Hefner back in the game for A&M, the sophomore from Nederland, Texas. Kamani Dowdy, nice dish to Simeon Kirkland in the layup.
Buzz Williams bending over right there. He does not like it when the Aggies give up dribble penetration. which created that whole offensive series right there.
10 minutes to go in the game. The Aggies lead by 19, trying to get to 7-1. And then roll into the December slate. Sandiara, Wade Taylor. Andre Gordon, catch and shoot, got it.
Andre Gordon didn't hesitate. I think he's feeling it right now because a lot of players for A&M thought they had good shots. When he touched it, he didn't even look at anybody else. He caught and shoot, and it hit nothing but the bottom.
A&M, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the SEC, above their season average tonight. Came in 37%, and even 50% tonight, 10 of 20. Green, got it, matching the one by Gordon. Green's now got 13 to lead the Privateers. Wade Taylor, nice dish to Aaron Cash. There's a finish.
If you look at the sidelines, Buzz Williams over there talking to Quentin Jackson. And again, I think Quentin's probably frustrated at the night he's having, and Buzz Williams knowing how important it is communicating with his senior, his grad student, to make sure that he understands how important he is to this ball club.
He was terrific in Vegas. It's been a struggle coming home tonight for the SEC Player of the Week. But like you said, certainly better days ahead.
You know, Andrew Monaco, the voice of Texas A&M, you know, when we were talking to him today, he said he thinks Buzz really likes them. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level. You know, there's a lot of coaches that like their team. Yeah, I like this ball club. But he says he enjoys being around these kids, you know, these players. And you know, not all coaches could probably say that.
Well, it's a culture thing. And he is still conversing with Quentin Jackson. Most conversations with Buzz are not short.
No. Here's what I took away from the conversation today. Most successful coaches are wrestling characters. So I'm not sure if Coach Williams is going to rip the shirt off and hulk up and give us a brother or not.
Weren't we throwing around the word moxie?
Moxie.
After shoot around with Buzz Williams today?
Yeah, and that's how we got to coaches being wrestling characters somehow.
Kirkland got to the basket. And then he spent a lengthy amount of time talking about Lincoln Riley's move from the Oklahoma football program to the one at USC to kind of explain it all to us. That's in a nutshell, Buzz Williams.
And I asked him, you know, because he described it yesterday, his team, you know, playing with moxie in Las Vegas. And
That's
I
right.
said, what did you kind of mean to that? And he said, you know, that you there's something about you.
Yes.
You know,
you're not a pushover.
Yeah. and you know, which is great. And, you know, and then he kind of told the history of Lincoln Riley. You know, he's a walk-on player at Texas Tech. And
you would think he had inside information on how
Mule
Riley
Shoe,
went
Texas.
from Oklahoma to USC.
It's like they were good friends or something.
And he ended it with, look, there's something to Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
Great offensive mind.
Absolutely.
He explained moxie to us pretty well with all of it.
Because there's something about him.
That's right.
While basketball coaches are wrestling characters.
Been a struggle at the line tonight for St. Hilaire. That's not usually the case, but he got that to drop. 8 minutes to go. And the Aggies by 16.
Yeah, the Privateers as a team are only 7 of 15, but certainly St. Hilaire's had the most opportunities, which I'm sure Coach Schlesinger would have thought would have been sure points.
You want that.
Yes.
So. Hayden Hefner dialing one up. Nobody there on the other end. But there is a rebound offensively and a new possession for the Aggies. Gordon, 6 on the shot clock. Nice on the left hand, got it to drop.
Again, a lot of contact we talk about, but he took the big step and was able to lower that right shoulder just to create some kind of angle to get there. And like you said, finish nice with a good touch and a good roll with that left hand.
Green. Stolen, taken away by Aaron Cash. Hassan Diarra. They got so at 14 against Houston Baptist. And Boots Radford was open under the basket. Marcus Williams found him.
Nice continuation on that inbounds play. That just what, a lot of people think when you run an inbounds plays, you're trying to score right away. And really, that was off the third pass. And what happened is Boots, once everybody thought the ball was going back up, as St. Hilaire goes hard to the rim, then he made that nice little flex cut along the baseline, and they found him. So not always do inbounds plays score, off that first pass. Sometimes it takes some time to look like you're setting it up, and it's the continuation.
Aaron Cash, a nice offensive rebound. $10 on the Aggie shot clock. Obaseki with it. Trying to go to the basket. Pull-up jumper, and he got fouled by Troy Green.
Went down hard, too. His teammates are over there, but hadn't gotten up yet. He's getting his hands, so he wants to come up. But so these guys get up so high, and they're so athletic. But that court's still hard. When they come down hard. Obaseki, as you can see, kind of was contested there, and his knee just kind of, when he came down, just kind of went in.
He's kind of stretching it out at the free throw line before he shoots. Obaseki, the true freshman from Allen, Texas. First career start tonight. That will not drop. A&M 7 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. Came in as a 66% shooting team at the stripe. Obaseki hits here. That's exactly where the Aggies would be, right at 66%. And he rolls it home.
The Aggies, it just doesn't seem as if the Aggies are shooting as well as they are right now. In the second half, they're shooting 46% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, and 67 from the free throw. But it just doesn't seem like the same intensity or the same way they got off hot in that first half.
Yeah, they've missed some of those putbacks, and that kind of skews it a little bit.
Skew, good word.
Yeah. St. Hilaire's got 18 now. He's getting closer to that season average of 21.6. 13th best in the nation.
But I also bet you he hasn't done it with the same amount of shots he usually puts up. Because to me, it's a quiet 18.
Yeah, he was hot early, then kind of went silent. Diarra got to the other side of the basket. Hassan Diarra in double figures now, 11 points.
There's a couple players from UNO that have played almost this entire game without a break. I think St. Hilaire, I'm not sure if Saki has had a break tonight, Troy Green. Those three have put
Green's been out there, you're right.
Yeah, probably close to 35 minutes of this ball game already.
Yeah, Green is right about 30. Saki, Green, and Hilaire, really close to 30 minutes here out of a total of 35 minutes played.
And and the Aggies, again, with that depth and the way Williams, especially in that first half, was, rotating in and out as quickly as possible.
Aggies have played 11 players at least 6 minutes tonight.
And I think that's what you're going to see, this entire year. He's just going to continue to try to wear teams down with that defensive pressure, fresh bodies, and then try to, give them the best opportunity to win in that final 8 minutes of a ball game.
Troy Green, 17 points. Under 5 to go, Marcus Williams. No look pass to the wrong player, Derek St. Hilaire. A little bit of a push off, and Hilaire got all the way to the basket. Kirkland cannot put it back. Javonte Brown, the rebound. Whistle, he is fouled. That is on Bell, Deontay Bell.
Just the 16th foul, but you saw St. Hilaire and his ability to get to the basket besides pulling up for that three. Missed it, but you can see the Privateers are just selling out on those offensive rebounds right now.
Williams, good cut by Aaron Cash. Hadn't been a great night at the line for either team. Kirkland on the lob.
Well, you know, if you're Buzz Williams, are you concerned? Because that Notre Dame was horrendous at the line.
Could have had that put away well in advance.
Yeah.
Instead, it went down to the final couple of minutes. Under 4 to go with this Aggie possession. 15-point lead. Cash, long range. Rebound to Kirkland. UNO's got numbers if they want it in a hurry. Troy Green backs off. Green, fire away. Not on target.
But not where they want to be,
No,
for sure.
no, certainly not. 10-2 at Ohio State. They wonder what's wrong on the football field. Aaron Cash to Wade Taylor. Taylor has 11 points. Javante Brown was trying to go to the basket. He got fouled by Simeon Kirkland.
Yeah, and that time Brown got the ball a little bit further away from the basket. Really did a nice job of ripping the ball through, squaring up to the basket, and trying to make a hard move. And Kirkland did put his hands on him to stop him, but it's something you don't really see from Javante Brown at 7 feet tall, doing things like that. You know, I think really one of the reasons Quentin Jackson's been having an off night is you got to give some credit to Troy Green. I was watching that last defensive possession, and you know, I'd like to probably go back and see if he's guarded him most of this game, but he's really, on that possession for sure, did a nice job of keeping Quentin Jackson right in front of him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that has held him most of this ball game.
Javante Brown, nice night at the free throw line, 3 of 4. A&M as a team, 10 of 16. New Orleans has struggled from the free throw line, 9 of 17. Green, off the glass, no. Rebound, Aaron Cash. Way outside to Cash. Now Brown operates on Kirkland. He got fouled. He's going back to the line.
Kirkland was going to make sure he wasn't going to score him right there. He knew that was going to be a foul, and he just came down with both hands right there.
Kirkland has 4 fouls. Hayden Hefner getting ready to check back in.
You know, if I'm Mark Schlesinger, you got to be pleased right now. You pretty much played A&M even in the second half. You know, and so your team didn't stop competing. You brought some people off the floor. I thought Deontay Bell brought him some energy. Kirkland's brought him some energy in the second half, especially on the defensive end. They've attacked the boards a little bit more, even though A&M still outscored them 13-0 in second chance points. But, you know, you got to be happy, you know, and so you can see why, you know, UNO has sent over 20 players to the professional leagues over in Europe over this past time since he's been there.
And UNO has played A&M exactly even in the second half. It was a 44-26 Aggie lead at the break. 18 points. A&M upped that to 22 early in the second half. UNO got it back down to 12. And now you're at 18 again, 79-61. But St. Hilaire going back to the free throw line, where he's really good but hadn't had the best of nights there. St. Hilaire just 3 of 7 from the free throw line, a 96% shooter from the stripe coming in. He makes both here. Diarra getting a pick from Brown, has to go back to Hefner. Quentin Jackson, got it, long range on target. A&M 11 of 23 from behind the arc, lost against TCU. Hosting elementary school day. And there'll be about 4,000 to 5,000 screaming kids in here with us for that 11 a.m. tip. The A&M women and Little Rock join us tomorrow on the SEC Network.
And you know, Arkansas Little Rock has always played Texas A&M tight. You know, Coach Joe Foley, a very good friend of Gary Blair, and for some reason Gary Blair's friends always play him close.
Well, they know him.
Yeah.
When you've been friends with Gary Blair, that means you've been friends a long time.
But there's
a lot on tape you can see and share. A&M women are coming off a nice trip to the Virgin Islands for the Paradise Jam over Thanksgiving. They went 3-0.
Up to number 17, I believe.
In the national polls, certainly are. Gary Blair's final season at the helm of the Aggie women's program. So we'll get a look at them tomorrow over brunch, 11 a.m.
I'll try to bring you some.
Yeah, bring us a little something.
Absolutely.
Bring enough for the crew, too, back over at Kyle Field in the control room.
I'll see what I can do.
You have pull, Tap. We know you do.
I might have to break some eggs to get it done. But I will get it done.
All right. That's a promise. We're holding you to it. Brunch and basketball tomorrow. The A&M women in Little Rock. Final minute ticking away. Final 38 seconds to be exact. Aggie men will win this one, go to 7-1. And look forward to TCU after finals on December 11th down in Houston. Quentin Jackson to the hole. Nice move.
That's his 4th and 5th point. Those are probably the 5 hardest points he's ever gotten in his career. Nothing would fall for Quentin Jackson today.
Aggies can run it out, and they will. 85-65. It goes to A&M.